Jim. You have a unique situation there, a unique position there where you're kind of seeing these different efforts going on across the departments and agencies. And what are the priorities that you're seeing out there? What are the priorities for Fortinet?
So, Luke, that's a very good question. And let me give you some of the priorities we have. One is one that is 6 months old, but it's not an oldie, and that's the pivot we all made to remote secure telework. And the good news is we all made it. We all got that implemented. We cut through red tape. The challenge is recognizing when we also cut corners on things like security policy. And human nature being what it is, where we are now with our field expedient patches or situation is likely to become the baseline for new normal. So figuring out especially how to secure that remote environment, the home user's environment. We certainly saw threat actors pivot to start to target that environment. So it's working with the agencies to say, so do you have a way to either isolate the workload of the employee or make sure that they don't have parallel VPNs or accessing other assets in the local environment? And yes, when they're bringing the traffic back to the network or to your cloud, are you actually able to do that deep packet inspection even when it's SSL encrypted? It's one thing to have the people on the security side say, yes, we have the capability, but talking to the network people who say, yes, we actually were able to implement it with that volume. We didn't turn it off because the latency was killing us. So that's one thing. The second thing that is a priority over the next year is helping agencies figure out how to spend smarter. This is one where I do a lot of work with state and local government who have watched their resources crater as a result of COVID. Now, the federal government has had the luxury, if you will, of being able to continue to operate and even run a deficit, unlike state and local government. But their current reality is your coming reality, because I would posit that a new Congress, another administration, regardless of the outcome of the election, is going to recognize deficits matter, and you'll be facing a fiscal climate that will make the sequestration we all lived through 10 years ago look mild. So helping you figure out A, how you can do IT in that environment, and B, how you can deliver cybersecurity in that environment, because we all know when the dollars get tight, one of the first things that you cut corners on is cybersecurity. So starting agencies to think about how to spend smarter, whether that's software-defined networking, whether it's solutions where you can continue, as Vina said, to leverage automation, whether it's RPA or on the security side. These are things that I think are worth thinking about now, rather than when you get the budget cuts and say, oh dear, how do I deal with this?